Okay, I think I left off at some sort of cliffhanger. We'll see if that's true. I definitely did last time.
だいたいわかったわ。ちょっと骨が折れそうだけど。
Yeah, I did it right in the middle of the hacking into Sora part. I don't even know what the exact context is. I know the general context. So it wasn't really a cliffhanger, it was just in part of an intense scene. I think I get the gist of it. It's going to be a bit of a pain, but... Then she cracked her neck once more. She kokied her neck and put her hands on the keyboard.
さーて、いきますよ。
Just as an FYI, I never do that. I never intentionally crack my neck. Now then, let's go. And its range of motion is not fine, but it would not be improved if I cracked it. Oops. Yeah, my neck turns more one way than the other because it turns more to my right than to my left. And it's probably how the sound came out there is probably pretty interesting. I gotta do a weird recording break though on just this one line, which is funny, but anyway, it's Sarah's movements accelerated, and I have to do a weird recording break right here. Okay, awkward break to the next day. I presume that the last line I read was Sarah's movements accelerated. The danger of having a short segment like I just said at the beginning there is I could look at that later and say, oh, this video file is a very short duration. It must have been some sort of goof up. I just deleted. Anyway. A sound like a machine gun firing repeatedly echoes throughout the room. I would presume that's her fingers. So, what, does the keyboards in the Moo have, MX Cherry Blues in them? That's when. I went back from Sprite to CG. So she rose back up in the air again. Suddenly Sora began to stiffen. Kid says, Sora, what's wrong? Well, I'm being, violated, essentially. Her expression contorts in pain.
やめて。やめてください。
Stop, please stop. Kid's like, Sora?
やめて。やめて。やめて。
So it stopped 3 times. Wah! That doesn't translate, it's just wah! Sora's scream overwhelmed my ears. It's like, then just take the earbuds out. I couldn't help but close my eyes. When the screams of Sora faded away like the roar of the sea receding, when or then. Both Machine Slayers say when. I don't know if it really matters though. I mean, we know what it means, but it's, kind of weirdly worded. I opened my eyes. Never gonna get the double.
セキュリティワーニング。
Okay. I presume that security warning means security warning.
重大な侵入を確認。
So it says rumored there, right? And that's of course the wrong kanji. That first kanji, I'm pretty sure means heavy, and it's also used in words like important. So I presume that heavy, followed by the kanji for big, just together would probably mean severe. So it's probably a confirmed just severe invasion, if I were to make a guess. Sora? Nah, which is just what? Kid's just kind of standing there, just kind of trickling words out of his mouth that don't really mean anything. Or some of them aren't even words. There's no difference between the voice and the appearance. Oh, it's Sora, so it's Sora's tone of voice and Sora's appearance. But there is something different. Right, she got the personality part to turn into a computer. Because Sora looks like a completely different person. I don't know if looks like, it probably seems like, right? Oh, I guess it just looked like. Well, we sometimes, English speakers will say something like that metaphorically. No, there was no expression. It was empty. And this time it actually is empty. The kanji for sky can also mean empty, but this time it's not. Her name is English translated as empty. It's truly empty, I believe. Sora, dos chatono. Dos chatano. There are so many ways in Japanese to say what's wrong, what is it kind of things. Like, I've seen so many, like doshitano, dos chatano, doyo, whatever. I guess there is in English too. There's like what's wrong, uh, what's the matter, uh, what is it? Those kind of things. I would have said what's up, but what's up usually doesn't suggest that something's wrong and usually doesn't even want an answer. I couldn't help but ask you. It is actually you. Your name's there.
そんなの私だってわからないよ。
Even I don't know that.
やるわね。ゲートウェイに引っかかったっぽい。
Gateway? Gateway. Okay. Interesting. So it's like a sarcastic, well done. Looks like I got caught by the gateway. Which might be English type thing. It actually means a gatekeeper. They might be right with the translators. So both translators are saying that it means the gatekeeper. Gatekeeper, what do you mean by that?
空の定期チェックプログラムにハッキングが見つかっちゃったってこと。
Um, yeah, it's checkup. Yeah, I found a prank or trick in Sora's regular checkup program. What's really weird about this is, so it spells out. There's this part where it spells out itazura in hiragana, and then right above that it says hacking in katakana. Like it's like trying to do like a furigana, but with kana. Well, what in the world is that? It seems like it's a typo.
いけない。
So I presume she just means don't go, right? Which I don't know, like what the colloquial usage of that is. Huh. I guess the machine translators like to call it "say I can't."
松永さん、今すぐ作業を中止してください。
Matsunaga-san, please stop building right now. Or please stop in the middle. Stop doing what you're doing in the middle of it. You're doing it. A tense expression appeared on Sora's face,
嫌よ。
which I presume means no. Yeah. You'd have to realize. So this is actually, I'm noticing a lot of kind of good things about how they're rewriting things on the kids' side, right? One of which being they're actually like trying to characterize Sora a bit better by making you actually aware that by hacking into not hacking, but like getting information from Lieblich pharmaceutical system, which is not authorized, is a crime. It might be some sort of crime in Japan. I don't know how much really that's a crime in places like the United States, but whatever. Like the United States would be like you're violating some sort of terms and conditions of employment, and they sue you for money. Anyway, I would have said NDA, but you only have to sign an NDA. That's about not disclosing information about the company that you worked for, as opposed to not accessing information. You're not supposed to access. It's a different agreement. Violating some sort of agreement when it comes to proprietary, like private information, and then you just get sued. If it's government private stuff like classified information, then yes, you will be criminally prosecuted, unless you're somebody in particular. Anyway. Actually, a lot of people in particular. Things get so sloppy in the United States. It's just, you think we're so strict, but we're not. I'm strict though. Anyway, I'm not participating in any of the sloppiness. Anyway, I actually don't know any of that stuff, so I can't actually demonstrate it. Anyway, but I digress, right? Apparently in this universe it's a crime, right? So that's how, so she could say, I don't want to get Sarah involved in this because I don't want to get Sarah involved in the crimes I'm committing because I don't want her to be, first of all, I don't want to be embarrassed in front of Sarah that I want to commit crimes. It's embarrassing for me. I don't want to talk to her about it because I want to appear to her the best I can. And they kind of extend that joke. But also because I don't want her to suffer consequences to do something for me as a result of me begging her to do it, right? Because then it'll be like my fault. I don't want to do that to her. And it reveals that Sarah really just doesn't care what she does if her enemy is Lieblich Pharmaceuticals. So you see that attitude from Sarah actually come out. This is a crime, isn't it? Well, why should I care? Yeah, I'm already in prison. You throw me in actual prison, it might be an improvement. And you also suggest that Sara really doesn't have that feelings for Sora that any of the other characters have, right? Somehow, due to the, like, probably a lot to do with the appearance of her avatar, actually. A lot to do with that degeneracy. And the way she acts, everyone tends to love her, even though she's a computer. Sara, identifying her as a product, as a creature, as something made by Lively Pharmaceuticals, probably really doesn't care at all. It's like, screw you. Although she seemed to kind of pretend to, and like pitch to Sara, like, "Don't you want to be free?" You know. But we might be able to pass it off as manipulation. So at this point, it's just like, ha 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 ha. It's not like different from the original game where Sara was just like, well, it was like trying to like make an argument. You really want to be free, don't you? Just hang in there, right? Instead, she's just like, bah. Yano. Sara paid no mind and continued her work. Yeah. Right now, Masuga. I mean, it would be Imasuga, but I think you dropped the E, right? Right now, stop in the middle? Question mark?
私の自己防衛プログラムが動き始めました。
My self-defense program has begun to move.
もうすぐ私の自立動作が不可能になります。
It's gonna kill you! Soon, my autopilot will be impossible. Soon I'll be unable to function autonomously. Okay, so he's gonna turn into just like a computer voice.
このままでは私は
At this rate, I'll never be able to again or something.
私は皆さんに危害を加えてしまうかもしれない。
I might end up hurting you all. Right, okay, I see the point. Like, it's not like she will be taken away, she will like die. It's the system will do what it does automatically and she can't control it, and it's going to just do stuff. Like blind you and deafen you and other things. Gas you. You were like, eh.
逃げて
You get all scared, run away, and then Sara just be like,
早く
that means hurry, right? Yeah. Sora twitched. At that moment, her expression vanishes.
侵入経路判明しました。
The entry route has been determined.
侵入者確認。これより侵入者の排除を実行します。
Wrong kanji at the front. Which is really making stuff. It's probably some sort of code. But the only way for me to understand this is probably going to be to do the settings. So let's make it leaner. Okay. No. Anyways, probably confirm the presence of intruders. We will now process to execute the elimination of the intruders. Yeah, it's not worth it. Asking? No, because it's, I don't know. I don't know what that kanji means literally. It's, something to do with duration. So I can grab it by taking Google Translate and then putting in English something like 3 hours long, where you get Sanjikan, and then I can plug that one. Oh, it's pronounced Ma. I don't know what it means by itself, but and stick it in there. Okay, now we get it's too late is what that translates to roughly. What does Ma by itself mean? Interval or space. Okay. Which makes sense. That's how you use it, right? It's used for intervals. It also be pronounced sometimes con instead of ma. And you can use it for periodic stuff as well as time intervals, right? Like a newspaper is like a periodic paper, roughly. I don't know. When Sora's tasteless voice reached its limit. Limit? Oh, it's not tasteless voice. The expressionless Sora raised her hand. It would be tasteless, it would be like humanish, right? There's no way, I'm not going to try to get that kanji out. It has the same radical as kami does. So there's some sort of spirit type nature to that word. Something to do with spirit voice. Like conscious voice. Reached its limit or ended. The expressionless Sora raised her hand. We're going to flood the room. An instant, the scenery around us suddenly changes. Oh. Well, Mirage, you can get rid of that by just pulling out the earbuds, though. So that's not gonna... I mean, Sora could think that through. I know the kid's stupid, but Sora could just go... Pfft. I'm not in the control room anymore. Yeah, just pull the earbuds out. There was no floor. There were no walls either. All that's there is seawater that covers the whole area. I mean, it's pretty a lame way to stop an intrusion is to give everybody a mirage of being in water. Especially because you can just pull the earbuds out. Our bodies are suddenly thrown out into the middle of the ocean. Into the roaring, raging current. Kid, you're so stupid. We're swallowed up by the whirlwind of questions. Questions, you mean time intervals? And our bodies feel like we're being torn apart. More like I am. And then he just yells, even though he thinks he's underwater, which is the stupidest thing. So, Gabo, whatever that means. It didn't want to capture it, so I just kept continuing. Okay. Doesn't want to translate that either, but at least it got into the clipboard. So I can stick it into Google Translate. I tried to cry out, but water was pouring into my lungs through my mouth. Oh, you can do that, Mirage? Good. And then more stuff that has a wrong kanji in it. So it's got Teki Nai, which I presume would be like, I don't... Yeah, it's kind of like do. This is something... just off. I'm too lean, basically. No, it's not gonna work. It doesn't work either. A little more density. Nope. Oh well. Can't get that one, apparently. Some goofy translations, though. No way. Why? Because it's Mirage, you doofus. You absolute doofus. Blood rushes to my head from the suffocation and my vision blurs.
これはミラージュ
And Yu's like, this is Mirage. You yelled.
みんな目を閉じてミラージュは目を閉じると強制停止するはずだから
Everyone close your eyes. If you close your eyes, Mirage will force you to stop. Or Mirage will be forced to stop. I close my eyes to use words. Sarah already, like, pulled her headphones out. Like, I don't know. Sarah's still working, I presume. As soon as I close my eyes, the sensation of being underwater disappears as if it were a lie. The current is still roaring in my ear, but... Is it going to give you the hint? Could it be that everything you felt with my body was a hallucination created by Mirage? Yeah, apparently Mirage can make you feel things. That doesn't... All of a sudden, like, anime power creep.
侵入者の排除を続行します
I will continue to eliminate the intruders.
これ以上はやめて
I'm gonna make you try to feel pain with Mirage. Don't go any further. The moment their voices echoed in my head, a really annoying noise. Well, he can make you go deaf, right? All of a sudden, a high-frequency sound rang out in my head. You just pull the headphones out. Gah. Oh, it could do damage, like, at the start. It may be unclear if it's super high-pitched, though. Well, my head starts to hurt like it's splitting. How much damage it can do. I open my eyes wide and press my hands to my head. And Yu says, "Ah!" You just say, just pull the things out. Unable to hear it bear it any longer, I reach out for what I think is the source of the sound. Because the kid's stupid. I reach for the earphones, which I think are the source of the sound. Okay.
それを外しても無駄です高周波は部屋のスピーカーから発せられています
There's no point in removing it. The high frequency is coming from the room speakers. BS.
レミューの中にいる限り高周波から逃れることは決してできません
As long as you're inside the Lemieux, you'll never be able to escape the high frequency. What if it's happening to to people elsewhere, like Tsugumi and so-called Takeshi are just out there being wee? Like, oh, come on. Please don't. The pain was so great that we tumbled around on the invisible floor. Except for, Sarah, probably.
私は
I'm so terrifying. It just... just annoying noise. Apparently it's not like damaging. In the midst of the high-frequency noise that tormented the whole group, I heard Sora's voice clearly.
再び警告します。レミから手を引いてください。
I'm warning you, please step away from Lemay.
直ちに中止してください。
Please call it off immediately.
嫌よ。
Which is again, I don't want to. Series of rapid-fire machine gun sounds resound. In the middle of the Phantom Sea, Sarah was clenching her teeth and typing away at an invisible keyboard.
お願いです。松永さん、もう結構ですから、中止してください。
Please, Matsunaga-san, that's enough, so please call it off.
このままですと、対人セキュリティが作動してしまいます。
At this rate, anti-personnel security will be activated.
嫌だって言ってるでしょ。
I told you I don't wanna.
空のためにも先輩のためにも私自身のためにも私はやらなきゃいけないの。
For the sake of Sora, for the sake of Senpai, my own sake, I have to do it.
奴らにライプリヒなんかに負けたくないから。
I don't want to lose them to Leiblich.
最終警告です。直ちに中止してください。
This is a warning. Please call it off immediately.
これ以上続ける場合、命の保証はできません。
If you continue, I can't guarantee your life.
どこかにきっとセキュリティの手薄な箇所があるはずなのに。
There must be a spot somewhere where security is weak.
松永さん。
Matsunaga-san, which is Sara.
何よ、私は絶対に手を引かないからね。
What? I'll never back down.
そうではありません。私はこれから自分のセキュリティの一部を解放します。
That's not it. I'm going to release my own security department.
そこを狙って大量のデータを送り込んでください。
Please aim for that. And send in a large amount of data.
つまりオーバーフローを起こせってこと？
In other words, overflow it? Want me to create an overflow in the security department?
はい。それで私のシステムは暴走するはずです。
Yes, and my system should go berserk.
結果どうなるか分かりませんが、うまくいけばシステムを書き換える隙ができるかもしれません。
I don't know, but what will happen as a result. But if things go well, we might be able to rewrite the system.
わかった。お願い。
It's like, I understood. Please.
私の力では解放できるのはほんのわずかな時間だけです。
In my case, I can only release you for a short time.
タイミングを見逃さないでください。
Don't miss the timing.
チャンスは一度、17分の1秒ほどの一瞬。
There's only one chance, about 1/17th of a second.
了解。
Roger. That's some crazy rhythm game stuff.
では行きます。
Just imagine inserted into this visual novel as a minigame where in order to actually get the beat, get the notes, you have to you have to time within 1/17 of a second. Well then, I'm off. As in, I'll be gone.
エラー発生。タイプ17エラー。
So there's error. I think it's just error key type 17, which for some reason that has to be the error. Yeah, error key type 17.
今です。
Now! This doesn't make any sense. This is just... Sarah pressed the enter key with all her might.
セキュリティの一部に
So what kind of large amount of data did she send? Did she just send in the one part of security? Okay. Security's first part.
障害が発見され
The obstacles have been discovered. With Sora's shout, the high-frequency attack stopped. At the same time, the underwater color of blue fades.
エラー発生。タイプ17エラ
Error, key, type 17.
ー。データオーバーフローが発生しました。
Data overflow has occurred.
成功したかな。
I wonder if it worked.
助かったの。
You saved me or something? I may put you in a lot of danger, and then after doing that, then saved you from it. You and the others suddenly waver. That's Aure. Huh? The whole room looked like space had been warped. I think a weird glitch has happened in the emulator where the blinking is like slow. Just like sometimes like the voice acting is garbled. Just like random things happen with this one. This is why you use the actual Xbox. Oh, I have the actual Xbox. Believe me. I don't know if that really matters though. Anyway, is it still under Mirage's Is it still under Mirage's influence? Someone had to voice act that. Just like the distortion in space, Sora's expression was warped. Eventually, her body began to tremble. Sora's body shook as if it were bursting. Sora?
大変。空の様子が。
It's like Sora is... Okay, so Sora is... The shaking of Sora is violent and getting bigger.
エラー発生。タイプ5エラー。
Okay. So error key type 5.
プログラムの回復不能エラーにより例外処理が発生しました。
Due to the program's inability to recover, an exception has been made.
やばいかも。
This might be bad. Bad?
暴走が始まる。
It's going to go out of control.
頭が痛い。
What I thought the voice acting directive is, it's like, pretend like you have this really heavy thing, like awkward object you have to lift, like not like a deadlift, like a natural stone or something, and then just like imagine trying to lift it. It was good technique, and then failing, and then just it being stuck to the ground, and you just like get an adrenaline rush, you just get super frustrated and just irritated, just like. I'm going to go out of control.
私は LM9S16 非ノイマン型ヒューマンエミュレイテッドターミナル。
I am LMQS16 non-Neumann type human emulated terminal.
ソラ、どうしたの？大丈夫？
Sorry, what's wrong? Are you okay? No, she's not okay. Whoa. Nice effect. Sparks fly from a part of the console.
私はレミューを訪れる皆様を案内するもの。
I am the one who will guide everyone who visits Lemu.
私はレミューとそこに依存する人々の安全を保障するもの。
I guarantee the safety of Lemu and the people who depend on it.
レミューにいるすべてを守るもの。
The one who protects everything in Lemu.
レミューのすべてを守護するもの。
The one who protects all of Lemu.
私は一体誰なの？
Just who am I?
見失わないで。あなたはソラよ。私たちと一緒の時間を過ごしてきた茜ヶ崎ソラなの。私たちの仲間よ。
Oh. Don't lose sight of yourself or me or whatever. Don't lose sight, period. You are Sora Akanagasaki. You spent time with us. You're one of us.
私は皆さんと仲間？
I am interval with all of you. So Nakama with all of you. That's interesting. So Nakama is person radical inside radical splined together, followed by interval or duration. So like inside of person for duration. Interesting.
エラー発生。タイプ34エラー。
Error key type 34.
問題の起きたプログラムを強制停止およびカーネルから分離します。
The program with a single break will be forced to stop and separate from the probably supposed to be kernel. Sorry we get to suffer even more intensely. And then something surprising happened. There was two of them. Oops. It looks like that. Okay. Someone must have had a lot of fun drawing that one. Sora is two people. It's not an optical illusion. Of course, given the insubstantial nature of Mirage, there's no guarantee that's not an illusion. Insubstantial nature? Okay. I mean, all of Sora is Mirage, so, I mean, all of Sora is illusions.
分裂したってこと？
You mean, it split? It seemed like you and Sora could see it.
一時的に管理者権限でシステムを起動します。
One time, right? Temporarily, oh, it is temporarily, okay. Activates, there's no one at the beginning, right? That just temporarily activates the system with administrator privileges. Okay.
自動コマンド、対人セキュリティシステムを用いた侵入者の物理的排除を実行。
So a bunch of, oh dear. Use anti-personnel security systems to physically eliminate intruders. The first comment you got was wrong, but I don't think we need it.
させません！
I won't let you. The newly appeared Sora pins the other Sora down. Okay, so they're changing. So it's unclear exactly what this means in the original. I think what they're doing here is that they're trying to rewrite it and say what's happening is Sora managed to isolate herself. Or Sora managed to isolate Sora off screen, and then Sora then isolating herself off is turning back on Sora. In other
よ
words,
し、かかったわね。
it's like nice Sora is in the back and mean Sora is in the front, which is different from how it seemed in the original game, with the opposite. But if I remember the original game correctly, which I don't, probably. Okay, it took one. Oh, yes, it worked. Okay, so Sora did that.
さあ、今です。今のうちにシステムを書き換えてください。
Now, please write the system while you still can.
システムに致命的なエラーが発生。
Fatal error has occurred in system.
データ破損の恐れあり。直ちに復旧を。
There's a fear of data corruption. Recover right away. Okay?
30秒の待機の後。エマージェンシーリセット。
30 seconds later, emergency reset. Which will happen in 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds.
早く！レミがシステムを復旧するためにリセットをかけようとしています。
Hurry, Lemia is trying to reset the system in order to restore it.
その前に早く！
So before that, that's in front. Hurry.
わかってる。そんなことさせないわよ。
I know, I won't let it do that.
全力で飛ばすわ。
I'll fly with all my might. Okay. Sara's face changed in the distance. In the distance? That's just the wrong kanji. Okay. There's no distance going on here. Where is my dither? That didn't help. Neither helped. Okay, I guess we just lose that one. My hand is hitting. Her hands are hitting the keys at an incredible speed. All we can do is watch in silence.
リセットまであと17秒。
17 seconds until the reset.
松永さん、まだですか？
So Matsunaga-san, are you done yet? Oh, or not yet? Or it's basically, are you finished? Yeah, it's like, are you done yet? Not yet. Are you done yet? Sora's face contorts as she holds down Sora.
もうちょい
Just a little more. Sora wiped the sweat from her brow and kept typing in the code.
リセットまであと7秒。
7 seconds until reset.
松永さん！
Okay, Matsunaga-san.
リセットまであと3秒。
3 minutes until 3 seconds until reset. Interesting wave.
できた
Done! I presume it resets anyway, it's just that there's something stuck in there. Sara leaps up from her chair.
これで
That one. Oh. That's it.
おしまい
Oshimai. It's over. Imagine making that some sort of like mini game where you have to type things. And it probably would have like nothing to do with, they have like no concept of what like the inside of the system actually looks like. So it would just be like a prompt like, you got 30 seconds, type up a function that adds two numbers together. Hajime, Hajime is just it begins. Okay. But it's not even on there. Okay. Because that's just turning that, like, horizontal line into an ichi. And then with the palm of her hand, she shoved the enter key in as if to slam it down. Palm heel strike the enter key. It's kind of hard. If I can get, like, my knuckle bone, like the base of my thumb on the enter key, so it can kind of work. For a moment, my vision becomes hazy and light erupts. I reflexively closed my eyes, but the light was bursting inside my eyelids too. Excuse me while I suddenly do something completely unrelated, because it reminds me, my XR1 has been just plugged in this whole time, and I'm worried like power cycling it so many times it might cause an issue with it later. Not that I'm using it, because I'm not actually using the actual Xbox right now. Okay. I'm going to pause a bit. Okay, I'm back a few seconds later. That was not days, that was a few seconds. I reflexively closed my eyes, but light was bursting inside my eyelids too. Of course, it was mirage. The scenery in my eyes suddenly wavers. The color warps in the mail. The mail becomes more and more vague. Because we got a wrong kanji there. I wonder if, like, Google Translate can, like, figure out it's the wrong one or something. The color becomes distorted, and then Google Translate says the circles become more and more blurred. I don't know, his vision is blurring, okay? In the midst of it all, the shadows of the two Soras overlapped with one another. The two fused into one. For a moment, the surrounding area was swallowed up by pitch black darkness. Meanwhile, Tsukumi's out there somewhere going, what's going on? Why'd the lights go out? I don't know where she is. What happened? This is just what happened.
システムが緊急リセットされ、一時的にレミューが停止したのよ。
The system emergency reset and Lemu temporarily shut down. Right, she's gonna say Lemi, and she's like, oh no, wait, Lemu temporarily shut down. Okay. Then Sora is.
大丈夫。すぐに再起動するはずよ。
Don't worry, she'll reboot. It's okay, she'll reboot soon.
その時、空は現れるわ。
That's when Sora will appear. Or it will reboot soon. Which Sora is it? I opened my mouth. Very kludged Sora, since, you know, I don't think Sora had the opportunity to write very good documentation for whatever she was entering there. The computer fans let out quiet grunts, and all the displays on the wall were displayed at once. The lighting and other equipment are recovering. And then she introduces herself again. Sora? And then Sora appeared before us. Sora? My back trembles slightly. Time for the info dump. Her pale skin is faintly flushed. We have to introduce ourselves to the new Sora, and then she does an info dump. I slowly open my eyes, unless we space it out in the remake. You do? I thought they were already open. Okay, I guess they're opening. Slowly.
おはようございます。
The blinks are back to a normal speed. Okay. Good morning. Well, it isn't really morning, but okay.
皆さん、
Everybody. I guess because she just woke up. Good morning for you, I guess. Do you know me? Do you remember?
はい、少年さん。
Yes, kid.
それに田中さんと松永さんですよね。
And you are Tanaka-san and Matsunaga-san, correct?
今ここにはいませんが、 倉成さんと小町さんのことももちろん存じていますよ。
And not here right now, but of course I know Kuranari-san and Komachi-san.
よかった。私たちの知ってる空だよね。
Thank goodness. This is Sora we know, isn't it?
はい。
Yes.
どうやら成功したみたいね。
Yeah, it looks like I succeeded.
マヨ、ありがとう。あなたのおかげよ。
Well, it might just be back to the same. Like, you may have changed nothing, but whatever. Mayo, thank you. It's all thanks to you. Unless nothing changed. Then it's just like danger for no reason. Sora smiled at you with a tired expression.
先輩のためなら何だってやってみせますよ。先輩のためなら。
Come on, translate that. Okay, it won't. Well, oh, because we got the hypocrite. Got several wrong kanji. Oh, wait, it isn't even gone to clipboard. Okay. Well, I have to end right there. It's kind of an awkward spot, but anyway. Then we'll get the info dump in the next section, I guess.